What's up, you guys? Welcome back to this week's Manga Sutra Manga review, and in this week's video we're going to be talking about the prequel of Osama Game Kigen. Now, for those of you who are new to the Manga Sutra series or haven't seen my video on Osama Game is a mystery psychological horror manga in which unwitting participants find themselves part of the king's game, and failure or refusal to follow the king's orders results in death. Now, the prequel takes place in 1977 in a small Japanese town, Yonaki village, with only 32 inhabitants. Now, our two main characters are Kazunari and his cousin Natsuko, who when visiting their friends discovers a letter that states that they are now a part of the king's game, and their first order is to touch a corpse before midnight or else they will die the next day. Now, although the group is skeptical of the order and the game, they do participate, but much to their horror discover two of their friends dead the next day. Now, Kazunari and his band of friends find themselves in a very horrifying real scenario of survival. Now, for Osama Game Kigen, there are some things that I do not like. For starters, in the first chapter, they focus very heavily on Kazunari and Natsuko's relationship and their feelings towards one another, and I feel that it is too early in the storyline for them to go into this. And I feel that this would have been a much better reveal later on in the plot. This would have had a lot more weight and a lot more relevancy, and I will explain that later on. My second issue with Osama Game Kigen, but this just might be a plot device, is that when Kazunari and his friends discover the letter states that the whole village is participating in the king's game. But in the next couple of chapters, we really just see Kazunari and his friends are the ones following the orders, and they're the ones participating in the game, and that everyone else is absolutely oblivious to the existence of King's Game. Now, the few adults that they do confront about King's Game are skeptical or in utter disbelief about any possibility of it happening. This may just be a plot device in which it is later on revealed that the adults are participating in the King's Game, but for now it doesn't look like it because the only letters that we see coming in are from one location. It doesn't seem like these letters are being distributed throughout the rest of the village, and although the adults are well aware of two children dying at the same time of the same type of instances and know that it's unusual in their small village, there is no further question to the circumstances or the cause of it. Another critique I have that's not really towards Osama Game Kigen, but more towards the subgenre of horror mangas with survival games, is that it follows the same plot of progression and it follows the same blueprint. We always have this group of people, whether they're random strangers or friends, who find themselves in this game and are given a set of rules to follow, and you always have some people within the group that are skeptical or refuse to participate, and then you have somebody die, and then we have the whole group finally get this resolve to follow all the rules stringently. As for the composition of the group, it's very cliche. We have the main character Kazunari, his love interest Natsuko, his friends Yuji and Ryuji, the Thought, Michiko. I don't want to hear an argument about it. Every single horror manga that involves a survival game has a Thought. There's that one female character that is a Thought no matter what in the group, and that is using her physical qualities and assets or sex appeal to get through. And then we have the younger characters, which is Daiki, which is Suzuya and Suzuyo, if I believe their names, or if I remember their names correctly. Now, also, what I mean by earlier on with my statement that Kazunari and Natsuko's relationship would have had a lot more weight and relevancy later on in the plot is that usually in these horror mangas that involve survival, the main character's love interest or friend is the villain around the end. And we did get some exposition in the first chapter that Natsuko comes from a line of sorcerers and sorceresses, and that the village reveres her family with a certain amount of respect and fear. I felt like that should have been saved for later on. That would have had a lot more weight to it. But getting all that out of the way, I think that the art style, although it's a little bit rough in the first chapter, Natsuko's mom was just looking real basic and ugly. It sharpens up in the next few chapters going forward. And I feel like the plot progresses like any other survival game horror manga within the subgenre. I feel like if you've liked Osama Game, then you are going to like Osama Game Kigen. But an interesting dynamic that I want to see explained is how did Kazunari's friends die? Because in Osama Game, the main one, we did see at the end of the series, which is spoiler alert, that the people died through the power of suggestion, that the text messages had a hypnotic type of subtlety to them that made the deaths happen. However, in Osama Game Kigen, there is no text messages. There is no smartphones to look at that hypnotize you or give you the power of suggestion to kill yourself or to die a certain way. These kids are receiving pieces of paper that are giving them orders, that have the king's game and the king's orders on it. So how did the first two children die? That's something I want to hear explained, and I want to see how did the king's game originate. Because at the end of Osama Game, it was just a virus. It was a virus with a purpose, and it was to grant some type of wish to the survivor. I want to see what's going to happen in Osama Game Kigen. This is VM. I think you're going to like it. I'm following it. What is your opinion on it? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye.